that I can get the refresh done properly. All right. Train the uncle to trade so he will drive faster. Okay, lor. Okay, all right, guys. Today got a big announcement. All right, a very important announcement to inform you guys. So stay tuned. All right, you need to want to hear this. It'll be fun. It'll be cool, and more important, you must support. Okay. All right. I'll get it to you. Okay, so let's start this morning MAO right now. Okay, all right. Now, today is the 11th of June, 2021, and US consumer inflation highest since 2008. Yes. And then, well, apparently it's all right. The market is no longer bothered by this. I already told you guys, based on what based on what I see, right, end of the day is no matter how, the market will still buy, because it's right now they're telling you that the high inflation is good, because why? That means the economy is doing well or making money and so forth, so forth, right? That is only if you you think that way, all right? So of course there is expression of concern, but nonetheless itself, right, we definitely is at the highest level. So if you read through any fundamentals or you read through any economic 101, you know that when inflation is at the highest level, usually what will happen? People will either continue to push it up higher, or it's whereby the stock market will need to taper. And that is what I'm suspecting that it may be happening around the corner. All right. But before we start this morning, once again, disclaimer as usual. All right. Please understand this. My sharing is for learning aid. All right. Though, okay, sometimes I do give my views, but you must do your own due diligence. Okay. All right. Just to check with you guys, do you have this problem whereby you cannot see the comment box updating? All right, but for me, I'm having this problem. I cannot see my comment box updating. Apparently, it's not really moving at all. All right, do you have this problem? Those who are using handphone or laptop, do you see that? The comments are not flowing. Okay, let me know if you have this particular problem too. All right, now let's look at this very cute cartoon. All right. Now, when we are young, we're always afraid that what's below our bed, because we always think that there's a monster below our bed. All right. So apparently it's all right. This is Uncle Sam, the little boy. Okay. He's saying that, nope, you are not under the bed, meaning that he said that you are the monster is not under the bed. So it's like nothing to worry. But actually this monster now is on his bed already. That's what it means. So what I'm trying to say over here itself is that actually inflation is just slipping beside. Even though Uncle Sam, he knows it, but he rather prefer to think that it's non-existent, and of course say that, all right, it's okay, it is part of the idea. So this is what this cartoon is trying to transcend, and obviously it is up to the individual to interpret this. For me, is that if they're going to accept inflation, then they don't need to bother about it anymore. That's why I say the 10-year yields, even that it's at 1.5% or even 1.7%, the market don't care, because they realize that it's not really a big concern right now. Okay. All right. So before we go to the rest, let's look at the market right now. Let's take a look. Okay. Let's see what we have for this morning. Take a look right now. China A50. Okay. China 50 has gapped down this morning, but it is down a little bit. And now it's trying to go up to cover the gap, so it looks positive. Hang Seng is going to open in about 1 minute and 30 seconds time. Now, sorry, because I just came in the office. So guys, do understand this for gold traders. Today, we do have a CCRY position. Now, we have CCYR that day. Now we have CCYR. So traders, you just ROI, sorry, you need to take note of this. If you want to buy gold, you consider doing that. Stop loss is here. But do know the KSI is great, so do half bullet trading, okay? All right. So let us now look at the Hang Seng. Hang Seng today is a BMB for movement. So today the MA30 is somewhere about 28,788 level. So today we have a MLP also very near to the MA30. So interesting. And we have this BMB right here. So BMB, we need to take note of that. So BMB, we have it down. So we have the RL and SL of this BMB. Okay, so we're going to have the market opening up very soon. Let's just look at the market. All right, again, I say my comment box is not updating, so I had to keep on refreshing it. So if I miss it, your message, apology, all right? Oh, so you see some of you have problem, huh? Some of you are okay, huh? Interesting. Okay, Hang Seng open up right now. Hang Seng has just opened. Okay, Hang Seng opened slightly the same level, but it now is trading upwards already. Hang Seng yesterday closed at 28,822. Now it's trading at 28,855, 60 level. So it's trading higher right now. Okay, you can see that it's trading higher. So let's cross back to China A50. China 50 now is back to the opening, the closing price of yesterday. So that means that the market has accepted the high inflation numbers, and that means that the market overall has nothing to be worried. If the market doesn't bother, then of course you don't need to bother, correct? So this is what is happening right now, that we have taken back. So we have seen so much people getting worried about the inflation, but end of the day, the market just really doesn't care. Okay, so as long as the market don't care, there's also no reason for you to be of concern. I put it this way. So that is what is happening right now in the market. But today it's trading above moving average. Let's look at the Dow on its own. Okay, here we go. Sorry, Hang Seng. All right, Hang Seng is now going up again. Okay, here we go. All right, Hang Seng today, the opening price is between the two pivots. So again, within the two pivots means that if the market stays above OP, CCRY, it will be a buy because KSI is green in color. So you can aim for KTR plus 1. Okay, you can aim for KTR plus 1. Only if the market goes below the opening price, then you can go for KTR minus 1, but do take profit first because KSI is green, so you don't want to fight the market. So for today, for Hang Seng traders, if you are considering to buy, then make sure it's CCRY and go for KTR plus 1 as profit, okay? All right, we'll come back to this later once we go into second part. I mean, as we go along, okay? All right, those who update me about the comment box, I thank you for that. All right, so I had to keep on refreshing. If you have any question, I miss out, apology once again. Oops. Okay, again with this small little problem again. Oh gosh. Oh yeah. All right, so the US inflation is at the 13 years high. All right, you can see the consumer price index shows fastest inflation since 2008. So it's across the board, everybody see it, but does anybody bother? Well, apparently not. Because if yes, people, there will be market coming off, right? So let's just see what this guy from CNBC has to say regarding about inflation, all right?
Welcome back to Squawk Box. Rick Santelli with very important breaking news. Our May read on Consumer Price Index. Headline number up 0.6, a little hotter than expected. And if you strip out the all-important food and energy, up 0.7. That's also more than expected. But, and this but's important, I don't see the revisions yet. But until I do, this follows numbers that were even higher last month. All right, here's the Moneyball numbers. Year over year, with the base effect in effect. And that number is up 5%, up 5% on CPI year over year headline. How does 5% stack up? The last time we had a number that was higher than 5% was August of 2008. Strip out the all-important food and energy year over year, up 3.8. Last time we had a number higher than 3.8 was January of 1992. Now let's go over initial jobless claims. 376,000. And of course, this is a very good number because once again, we are now looking at post-COVID lows. And granted, it's not by very much. The previous record was, well, last week at 385, which still could be revised. And if we look at continuing claims, finally, I get to say on live TV that we made a lower number on continuing claims post-COVID low because the last couple of times we did that, it was on a revision. It wasn't actually on the week we were talking about. 3.499 million, whisker under 3.5 million. And of course, the previous record was 3.602 from the second week in May. So these are very much numbers that are good for the economy. We know that
Okay, so you have heard it yourself. Okay, so the numbers are bad, okay, in a way, but you saw the stock market, right? The futures was actually down. I mean, was up, then it went all the way down. And of course, by this morning, you realize it's all the way up again. So you can see that now the market, as I say, you can, if anybody is to take, economic test recently, all right? And to extend, they give you this type of question that if high inflation, what happened in the stock market? And if anybody is to write that you go down, you get an A for academic. But in reality world itself, you get a big F, all right? You're going to get a big F because the market went up instead. So that is how the market interprets. So you can plan all you want, but end of the day is this, if the market want to, focus the resultant to another different area, then it will happen. So that's what's happening right now. You can see that live, that data was coming, the data was bad, and the market was coming down initially, but when the cash market opened, it changes all. All right, so that's what happened last night, okay? All right, so every morning we do this quote of the day, famous quote of the day. Successful people are not gifted. They just work hard and succeed on purpose. I think this is a lovely, lovely, strong quote, all right? So, of course, if you put it this way, all right, let's put it this way. Example, I give you a quote, example, like Jack Ma, example. He's a school teacher, all right, okay, and end of the day is that he just have this drive in him, all right, but he's not a technical guy. But we all know that now in China, everybody's using this Alipay, 支付宝, all this thing, right, because he's the one who created this. But he's not a technical guy. He don't even know that how to do the programming. But what it has, he has a vision. And of course, this vision itself plus hard work and have a purpose in life, and that's where it leads to today, all right? So I think that for Jeff Bezos, same thing. Jeff Bezos is a fund manager. He have no idea how to do e-commerce, but he noticed that this is going to be the next trend. He just basically want to sell books, but on books, he sell more and more stuff and now become the top e-commerce kingpin, all right? So all this thing is really because you not only must be gifted, but you must work really hard, all right? So what are the reasons to stay bullish? All right, there are many reasons to stay bullish in the market for today. Let's take a look. Now, first of all, you can see that, okay, small caps yesterday got battered down. I told you guys to be very careful of the small caps. I hope you listened to me. Then after that, we saw the technology shares all go up because apparently now, even though the inflationary numbers are high, we're supposed to drive the yield high, but the yield went down. Why? Because the market says that, okay, never mind, we are okay with it, it's just transitory. And obviously behind the scene, they basically bought up all the bonds again. So when you buy the bonds, the treasury yields goes down. So it was very outright manipulation in the market. But again, like I say, if everything is lead to one, it leads to the other, as long as the yield is down, then there's no concern. Hence, therefore, the technology shares went up. All right, this is how it goes. It doesn't make any sense, but that is how the world want to interpret. So as long as who has a power, who will run the show. So undeniable yesterday, despite the CPI exploding upwards, right? The treasury yields actually notably lower down. All right, it really doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't make any economic sense. But who cares? All right, I've been saying this from day one itself. No one will give you the answer to whatever is happening right now, because when you are manipulating it, there's no way you can know the exact truth. But of course, we all know that fire, if it's burning, no matter how much paper you cover, you can do it temporarily, but eventually it will burn through the papers, all right? It's also just a matter of time. The question is when, right? So I told you guys, don't need to bother. The more you try to time the market, the worse it be, all right? So you can see very clearly the 10-year yields drop all the way down. You see that it doesn't make any sense. The payroll was bad, the CPI was bad, but the yield went down. So that means that they are trying to use that there's no reason to be worried. Okay, that is a whole thing. They're trying to tell you that there's no reason to be worried. So guys, these are all the top reasons why the market is going up. And as long as the Federal Reserve is controlling the ship, the yield ship itself, right, there's nothing you can do, neither be worried about. Okay. All right, so this is what happened for the 10-year yields. And this is going to be very interesting, guys. This is the 10-year real yields inverted versus a gold, spot gold, all right? Now, you can see that over the whole period of time, the last 7 months, you can see that the 10-year real yields and the gold price move really in tandem. All right, so let's just read through this. The negative correlationship between the two assets is strong, okay? Deflation has increased the value of asset on top of yield. So when the real yield goes down, the goes up. All right, this is the real yield. This is inverted, by the way. And when the real yield goes up, the gold goes down. So in short itself, right, gold best friend is inflation, and rate hike its worst enemy. All right, worst enemy. So apparently itself, right, you can see that, okay, this is inverted. So they're trying to make it indirectly, yeah. So you can see that now we can see it doesn't really make such, there's a very big divergence between them, right, between this. So one way to look at it is that, okay, now the yields are still down, but the gold price is still up, right? So what they're trying to say is that, right, if later on, if let's say the real yield inverted start to go higher, then of course gold will shoot through the roof, all right? But on the other way is that because there's manipulation, gold price has to come down first, then the real yield go up, real yield inverted goes up, meets, then they move together. So what do you think, guys? Do you think that gold price will come down to meet the real yield inverted, or you think that, right, the gold will just go on its own? What do you think? Give me your answer right now. Please key it in your comment box while I wait for your answer. Well, I take some water first, all right? Okay, this is something quite interesting, right? Do note this is real yield inverted. The wordings over there is from real yield level. I mean, it's supposed to show inversion, but inversion, it looks quite hard to understand. So that's why I purposely find this and to show you the relationship of the real yield. Now, a lot of people say that this inflation itself, right? If it comes, then the gold price goes up. Yeah, indeed, that's why you can see that the gold price is going up recently, right? And that tells you and implied to you that there's inflation. But like I say again, the market now is telling you that it's okay, it's within control. So that's what's happening right now, okay? All right, so Michael say go on its own. Jerry, yes, that means what? Yes means what? Go on its own, or actually will come down to meet? Well, that is what I'm trying to ask, okay? So you guys leave a comment, I'll try to refresh it as and when, okay? But what you can see right now, in my opinion itself, right, it's going to be very tough for the gold price to come down, because if they are still going to manipulate the market, the dollar has no strength to go up unless they really decided that it's time for the dollar to move up, okay? So that's what happened. All right, so for me itself, right, based on what I'm seeing right now from the chart, it looks very clear that I still believe that gold price will hit the 2218 level. Now, I said this is supposed to hit in March, but there was some manipulation in the market. Can you see this? All right, you can see that the gold price actually came down back in January to March period. Now, why is that so? Because they were trying to suppress inflation, okay? Suppress it. Okay, so what happened then? The gold price, the dollar went up, so the gold came down. So you can see from this point here, 1900 to this point here, about 1680 level. So the difference between them itself is about 220. So if you look at it, if let's say they didn't do this manipulation back then, if you plus 220 over here, you probably will hit my level 2218 somewhere around there. But because they have their reason to manipulate the market back then, so that's why gold tumbled, all right? But now we can see clearly gold has did a double bottom right here itself, and you can see at the bottom of the screen, there's no blue bars. That means that the market is full of buying activity. And then because of that itself, right, to me is that any pullback is a buy, because I'm still saying that the gold price will be going to 2218. And I think that it's a good time for you guys to get really involved in it, because like example, like Sister Cynthia, she has been making money almost every day. In fact, I can use the word every day, okay? And she's making a real good profit. This is like $5,000 in one single day. And trust me, yesterday the market was not easy to trade, but even though it was like, going towards the upside in the second half. So guys, think about this, okay? If Sister Cynthia can make this type of incredible profit in every single day, if you don't say that you don't know about being capital the same level, maybe your capital is like only like 1/10 of her example. I don't know what's the capital, by the way, but based on lot size, I believe it's quite sizable. Then of course you can try to emulate her, and of course be a good trader like her. And think about this. Today we are only at 1,900. If gold is going on to 2218, there's $300 potential gain. I'm pretty sure you guys will be able to make a lot of money, right? So guys, this coming next Saturday, all right, we will have our event. Do join, and I will tell you how the 5 reasons why gold could be heading towards the 2218 by end of 2021. And of course, we will talk about our system. It's a preview come talk show, okay? It's a preview come talk show, and we will be telling you why must you go and get this thing now, because we're going to revise the price higher, and this time it's much higher by August itself, okay? Why are we revising the price higher? Because we're going to put in more stuff for you guys, okay? So, of course, for those who have joined us now, you guys have benefited from it, and you'll be benefiting from the extra sharing, all right? So you guys come in early, you trust us, that's why you're benefiting it. But of course, people who are still at the fence, some people have been asking me when our price will go down. I was just smiling, how can price go down? We can only go up, all right, things like that. And of course, we're giving you some gift. So now we have already 269 people have already registered for the event. Yes, we have already 269 people. Wow, that's a very, very big number. So guys, thank you once again for all your strong support. I really, really appreciate it, okay? All right. Now, for the second half of today's MAO, we cover a little bit on the dangerous level where we are now. And we look at transportation, where the S&P 500 and the transport side have been a bit of divergence. And of course, I'll talk about the fat lady. I'll talk to you about this shortly, right? But main thing is this, guys. Do you notice that you are added to this TWB Susan Go Live? Now, this is a brand new group, okay? Brand new group. Susan and friend go live. Now, what happened is that Susan will be leading the daily trading. All right. You see, every day Susan will do a lot of good, great stuff. Okay. She will look at the market and she will print short and send to you guys. But of course, some people are very shy. You don't ask questions and you don't know why she's buying and selling right now. You have the opportunity. Okay. Today is a trial. Today at 3 p.m. to 4 p.m., only 1 hour. She will be online with a friend, okay? She will introduce who the friend is, and then after that itself, right, she will talk on the market, all right? Only for 1 hour today, test run. If she does a great job and y'all love it, then we will go fully live, official on coming Monday for 3 hours. Yes, basically from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. every day, Susan will go live, all right? But of course, today is a trial test. So she has to do a great job. So you guys must support her, okay? You guys must support her, give her all the support, and she goes live, okay? She will turn on her screen and she tell you, okay, why buy here? Why do this and that? The typical Susan, but she's doing it live. I can tell you this, Singapore, no one has done it before, live for 3 hours every single day. I tell you this is going to be a big eye turner. Now, of course, how to join? Very simple. You must be an active subscriber. As long as you're an active subscriber in any indicator, whether it's Gold, Dow, whatever, Gold, Dow, NASDAQ, DAX, whatever, as long as you're subscribing to it, subscribing ING, you are entitled. All right. So you need to find Susan and say, Susan, I'm a subscriber. Okay. Take a screenshot and show that you are really subscribing the indicator. Any indicator, show her that, and then she will bring you in. It's as simple as that. Now, this is a total different group. It's called TWB Susan Go Live. You must search for this group and ask to join in, okay? All right, it's not under revision because I want to give her a very own group to handle, to take care, and because we're going to have more and more interesting activity inside here, so we try to have a different group, all right? So take note of that. This is a total different group from TWB. So when you're going to find her to go live, you must search for TWB Susan Go Live. Okay, you must find this one and then find and go in. Okay, if not, you're going to miss it out. Okay, so take note of that. It's not a Zoom. It's a what they call Facebook Live video. Okay, so guys, all right. Let me see how many of you are going to be joining it. So if you're gonna join this Susan Go Live, you go just key the word go join. Okay, joining. All right, joining. If you're going to be joining her, please key the word joining. All right, let me see now. Okay, all right. So Philip said that it will go down to meet the real yield. Okay, Jerry said we'll move upwards to inflation. All right. Okay, Fred and Yuming, 3 cheers to Susan. Philip, yes. Is she going to do with Uncle Ben today? Today, okay lah. You know, today's not Uncle Ben, it's someone else. But we try to every day. We try to invite someone to sit beside her. So not only you get to learn from Susan live, you can also say hi. This is what we want to do. We want to do this very incredible camaraderie between you guys, okay? But of course, we only want to give it to only subscriber because if you're not going to be supporting us as well, right, it's going to be pointless, right? Correct now. So that's why this is a total different thing, all right? You have to be a subscriber active subscriber to join in. Okay, so if you are not an active subscriber, then no choice, we'll remove you away, because this is something we will be giving to people who are joining us from 1st of August when they pay premium to come in, because we want to tell them that we are giving you more than anything else. Okay, so I think it's a very fair deal. The more you pay us, the more thing we do for you, right? I think it's a very fair deal. All right, so we cannot be opening this for everyone. It's not fair. Don't you think so? All right, so guys, this is really something incredible. So join us, okay? So if, let's say later on we want to invite you guys to come on board to join Susan, please accept the invitation. I think that'll be a lot of fun. Anyway, Singapore is going to open up from 13th of June, right? So that's why perfect timing. Everything happened for a good reason, okay? All right, so indeed itself, Singapore allows up to 5 in a group from 14th of June. That's fantastic. And dining may resume on June 21st. So as long as Singapore got no tough big numbers, I think we are good, man. Yay, we can have group gathering again, okay? Excellent. So these are the new thing to take note of. Social gathering to 5 people. All right, but workplace is still work from home if it's possible. I think all this doesn't really do with us. My main thing is that, right, we have this social gathering is very good enough already to me. But 21st of June, when we can dine in, wow, we can go back to our TWB reward you again. Yeah, we can go back to makan again. All right, that'll be the best, okay? So this is what is happening. So let's continue and pray and hope that everything goes well and we can actually enjoy ourselves, okay? This is going to be a great time, guys. So I would like to see you guys participating, okay? All right. Oops. Oh, okay. Some PowerPoint issue again. Okay, never mind. Okay, so yesterday, meme stock got hit. All right, I told you guys to avoid GameStop, AMC, Clover, and indeed, what happened? All right, all the Reddit Wall Street bet traders jumped in to buy, and of course, yesterday they got hit. Like example, AMC was hit by 27.2%, down by 27.2%. Okay, and then of course we have the GameStop also down by 13.2%, and Clover Health was down by 15.3%, and even Clean Energy Fuel that was up by 31% the day before. Yesterday dropped by 15.6%. So you can see that all these are highly manipulated counters, and when they drop itself, if you're not careful, you get burned very badly. But you can see on Reddit, right, the people are still very, very optimistic. They say that no way, they believe that the AMC retail owns 300% of the float. So they're saying that, come on, man, we own it. So don't come and play punk with us, okay? So they're telling each other, don't give up, okay? We are just very near to striking gold or striking diamonds. All right, stay on. And of course, they keep on writing there that 98% of the ape hands are, involved in the shares, and they only, as long as they hold the shares and the share goes up, then the sky is the limit. You see that this is really outright, like we're telling you that manipulation is really accepted in the market, and there's no real concern right now. And of course, this is, sorry for this finger, but I think that is very appropriate for this picture. Say that, we didn't sell at $70, then why would we sell at $40? I think that this is really, really telling people that why now people really go crazy. And I tell you this, I can tell you, after 2-3 years later, shall the stock market really come back down? It will be a very, very interesting thing to talk about. And really, it'll be like history book again. Yeah, AMC, GameStop, yes, Clover, all went up, all this manipulation, and then come down. People like, wow, okay, so stupid. But actually, we've seen it before in 1997 to 1999 during the NASDAQ crisis, during the NASDAQ. We've seen it before in the time whereby in 2013, 2016 in Singapore. We've seen it before in 2018 where stock price was going crazy. We have seen this all before, but just that it's just a different party, different parties are involved. So that is the reason why, to me is that when I see this, I just smile, and I know that what will likely be happening, I just have to wait for my time, all right, wait for my time. Now, yesterday we have the data, all right. Now the data, you take a look at this data, how come the data is different, right? I thought that the core CPI was 0.6. So that's why there's a problem with some of these so-called website, okay? Apparently, to be confirmed, right, I checked with Bloomberg, yes, indeed, it's 0.6, not 0.7. So sometime in life, even though that we are relying on a very reliable website, but sometimes they can have this type of error. Not too sure just typo. If it's typo, they should have edited it. So if they didn't edit it itself, right, I'm not too sure why the number is different now, or maybe it's because there is another different indicator. So basically, in short, in my trying to say is this: end of the day is that please make sure that you check more sources for your data. Sometimes it's right, there might be some printing issue. All right, whether it's on purpose or not, I'm not gonna go into that. But this is what happened yesterday. So take note now. That means that after today, after yesterday, there isn't much already, right? Based on what we're seeing now, there isn't much in the market to take note. Okay. All right, just give me a short moment. There's some messages from my family again. I need to talk to them for a short moment. Okay. All right, so let's look at the Dow Jones yesterday. The Dow Jones basically went up initially after the cash market opened. Then after that, it paused down. Then it went sideways, positive. Then towards the last 2 hours, it basically takes some profit, all right? So once again, what causes the market to move in this manner, as I mentioned to you guys, end of the day is that, all right, although the Dow Jones is down a little bit, or flat, sorry, but the NASDAQ went up. So let's look at the news, okay? So the news-wise, the S&P rose to all-time high. Interesting. The Dow Jones is not at all-time high. The NASDAQ is not at all-time high, but apparently the S&P went to all-time high level. Okay. Now the thing is, because investors struck off key inflation report, struck off means they don't care, right? Even though it showed a bigger than expected increase on price pressure, to them it's don't care, don't bother, just buy. So that is what really happened, and of course, we saw the NASDAQ up further 0.8%. So basically, it's all right. This CPI isn't likely to change the narrative dramatically, and still indication that the inflation momentum is set to abate in the coming months. So meaning expected to be increasing, in fact. So with all these things, it's all right. It's basically all the used car and truck prices all going up, and obviously all the materials are going up, and that is it. Now, one positive light of the whole thing is that the jobless claim came in 376. All right. So although the market was doing at 370, but it's still the lowest. So you see, the number is higher than consensus, but because it's the lowest of this pandemic era, so it's also taken as positive. So as long as good news is good news. Okay, sorry. Good news is very good news. Bad news is still good news. All right, super bad news, no worry, it's still considered good news. All right, so that is exactly what America is having. So guys, seriously, if you're into long-term history, all right, long-term history itself, right? Okay, Hoseng said it's an offense to raise a middle finger. Yeah, correct. That's why I say I apologize, but that came from the internet. All right. Okay. So apology, Hoseng. So I just happened to see I just refreshed my screen. All right. Okay. So Carl say from Forex Factory, the CPL was 6, call was 0.7. So it's correct. Okay. So that means they didn't really interpret it correctly. Okay. Thank you, Carl, to inform me that. Okay. Isn't news generally a lag compared to charts? Yes, indeed. And indeed, usually news are always it's a lag to the charts. That's why you notice this, right? Other S&P is bucking the trend. The Dow Jones is not near the high. And of course, this, NASDAQ is not near the high. So that is what I'm trying to explain to you guys, is that if you look at it itself, right, the charts and the news are not actually go in tandem right now. So traders, you just have to go with the flow, all right? So as long as the market is buying and you're trading the market, you just have to follow the charts. That's it. Because whatever news comes in, it may affect it for a while, but if the market managed to turn it around, seriously, it doesn't change anything. All right? So my point is this, guys. Let's say do this. Let's say 1 year later, example, 1 year later, the stock market is down by 25%. Example only. then you will say, yeah, correct. That time the inflation was high. Why the people are so stupid to buy back then? Why the people doesn't learn from lesson? That's 1 year later. So on hindsight, 1 year later, you will say this. But at today, you will say, no, don't care, don't bother. The market is still good. So if those who have been in the market for more than 10 over years, you will know that this happened exactly back in 2009, 2013, 2018. It's the same thing, repeating again and again and again and again. So guys, if you can recollect your memory, just go back to those period of time, think about this again, you know that what later may happen, all right? But of course, if the Federal Reserve want to kick the can down the lane longer, seriously, there's nothing we can do, okay? So get my idea now, I'm just informing, all right? I say, I'm just informing you guys, we'll let the market decide. Okay, so for the news right now, we can see that majority of them are still pretty positive. There's no real concern at the moment. They felt that, right, as long as the yield is flattened, there's no reason to be concerned. So at that one point itself, when the yields are portraying the exact things happening in the world, suddenly Federal Reserve say that they have many tools to make sure that it doesn't really, show different things. And of course, now you get the answer. What do they mean by they have all the tools to make sure things will go according to plan, all right? So that's what you have there. Okay, by the way, let's go to Hong Kong right now. I see Hong Kong is gushing up again. Let's take a look. Wow, Hong Kong is up again. You can see Hong Kong is up by 160 points right now. As I mentioned to you, the KSI is green in color. So that's why Hang Seng is going to be very positive. Let's take a look at the chart right now. Okay, you see it? Once it opened all the way, it went up already all the way. So that's why I'm telling you this. As long as the KSI is green, you just have to follow the ground rule and trade according to plan. China A50 is incredible. Look at it. Do you see that? The China A50 is down. The China A50 is now down below opening price, but the Hang Seng is actually going in another direction. So don't you find it's incredible that things sometimes itself, right? You just have to follow the chart. Really, you really have to follow the chart. Okay, is it because that now Hong Kong come down? I don't know yet, but the chart at the moment now, as long as the market do not break the opening price, there is really no real concern for me for now. Okay, all right. Okay, thanks. Okay, let me just refresh again. It's very tiring to do this. Every moment I must refresh, and I will have to delay my. No worry, Anna. Yeah, it's okay. As I said, this connection is pretty bad. Sorry, I couldn't answer you all timely. Okay, so let's just recap what happened yesterday, shall we? Wow, what a movement, okay? The opening price is actually between the two pivots. KSI is green in color. So naturally, what happened, as long as the market goes up and cross OP and cross pivot 1, it will be a buy. So if you have followed the rules, you were bought all the way up. It got resisted actually at the cage midpoint. So this actually tells us that there's to be big movement coming soon. There'll be a big movement coming soon. So that is what we are seeing right now. And of course, with the KSI green in color, supposed to stay up, but apparently the market reversed after hitting the midpoint and come back down. So let's take a look what happened yesterday. Things will be quite interesting. Okay, so what happened? Okay, so the market was pretty flat because everybody was looking for the CPI data. Then, of course, the first time it went up, it tries because you see there's a BNB right here and there's a KSI jump. I told you guys, when you see KSI jump, you know that the boys are in. So when it hit the pivot 1, it kind of stopped there and the market did a CCYR. So if you are shorted the market, you must understand this. You must take profit at the next trigger. And apparently the nearest trigger is OP. So you can see the market was kind of like stopping there for a while. Then after that, when the CPI data come out, I told you before, CPI data usually don't have such a big movement. Normally don't have. But because of this special, we have a CPI movement and obviously we have a KSI jump. Yeah, it's a KSI jump. So CCRY with a zebra formation, right? And it touches OP and breach past the pivot 1. So obviously it's a very strong buy signal, right? CCRY above OP, above pivot 1, definitely it is a buy. So the market shoot up. You see that? So whatever we learn, it is again reflective here. As long as you follow the rule, above OP, above pivot 1, buy. And you see, it really went up. So this is the point here. That's why no matter how many times we say this, we have been hearing me like non-stop for like 500 times, 1,000 times. no matter what I say, every time I repeat this, people will say that, is it possible? Is it possible? Is it really? Is it really? But what we see over here is evidently, right, above OP, above pivot 1. So this is OP, this is pivot 1, it's a buy. And of course, CCRY. But of course, you may say, Cal, this bar is so big. No need to worry. You just buy here. Your stop loss just placed here. Correct. A bit far, right? But don't worry. Whatever amount that you're able to afford to lose, divide by this, by the entire range, multiplied by the value. So which means that if you risk 100, you only lose 100. You risk 4,000, you will lose 4,000. But if the market goes up by 1/4, if you risk 4,000 here, example, you will also make 4,000. So which means that in 1 hour time, you will already make $4,000. I know one of the students actually yesterday, he went in to put a 2K bet, $2,000 bet. He bought here, stop loss place here, and that's 1 hour later, he's up by $2,000 because he sold almost at the KTR minus +2. I tried to ask him for the statement, but he doesn't want to show, so I cannot force him. Okay, but he showed me and I say with integrity, I cannot take a screenshot of it. I say that, can we show it? He said don't want, Kel. So okay, because he said that he did tell some of his friends, so he don't want to show off. Okay, so I had to respect it But then again, this is how you trade, okay, guys? How much you risk is basically how much you will gain. And I tell you guys, above OP, above pivot 1, it seems like the the upside itself is there. Okay, all right. Let me see the comments right now. NASDAQ up, Dow Jones down. Yeah, indeed. What happened? Hang Seng and 850 kind of follow each other, but at their own beat. In a way, I believe that too, Anna. Mobile, no issue. I can see comments. Okay. All right. Makan Sutra connection so good. Oh, okay. Okay, maybe there's some problem with Facebook and Zoom, but because I'm using Zoom to go Facebook, maybe if I go direct Facebook, it's better. But direct Facebook itself, right, there's some limitation. I try later on through direct Facebook, see whether would it be better or not. Okay, thank you guys for your update. Okay, appreciate that. Okay, my site is definitely not updating. It's very bad. Okay, all right. So let's just take a look right now at the market, shall we? Okay, Hong Kong is coming off a little bit off the highs right now. Okay, but still is yellow color, still positive. China A50 is off the lows, but is down today, surprising. Okay, so we have to put everything into perspective today. So today, this is the MA30. I'm going to put the MLP in. We have the same level there. That's why we have this so-called movement here. Okay. All right, so that is what's happening now for Hang Seng and Hang Seng and China. Okay, now for the Dow Jones today, well, at the moment now, it's still very positive. And look at it. Wow, the market again touched the MA30. Now, I want to share something very important with you, so I need you guys to pay attention. All right, so apology for all the lines. Let me just take them away so that I won't confuse you. All right, it's just also having the Mee Sua line. Okay, all right, so okay, let me just take away all lines first to make it easier for you. Okay, now first of all, you can see that the Dow Jones is okay. Let me just do it slowly. Now the Dow Jones high was here. Okay, all right, and the recent low it come down to the 95% mark beautifully, and then after that stage a rebound. Okay. Such a rebound. Now, over this weekend, as long as you are a subscriber, okay, we will be releasing the all-time high indicator for free to all of you. Now, there is no subscription to this. It's released free to all subscribers, okay? Don't worry, don't ask for it. It's all right. We will give it to you. As long as you are a subscriber, we will give it to you. So you will get it by Saturday, Sunday, all right? Don't hurry. Don't text us, we'll give it to you, okay? This is something that we want to tell you. We thank you for all the support you gave to us. So you guys have it, okay? All right, it's given to subscribers, okay? Thank you. Okay, so coming back here itself, right? Okay, I want you to take notice here. This is, I'm going to draw it for you. Okay, take notice. This is the time, the first time it hit the MA30. the second time, the third time, the fourth time, the fifth time. Sorry, one drawing. Sorry, sorry. Here, third time, fourth time, fifth time, 6, 7, 8. Okay, all right. Here, sorry, 9, 10. Sorry. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Today 11. So today is the 11th time. Technically 11, but we 10 because today haven't finished yet. So as of yesterday, it's the 10th time the market hit the MA30 and rebound. 10th time, okay, 10th time. So what does it mean? Okay, so I want to say it up front here, guys. When MA touch 1, 2 time and rebound, usually we call it a good MA because that means the MA does its job. But if the market keep on tapping, rebound, tapping, rebound, tapping, rebound, one side of it is very positive. That means that this line is so powerful. But actually, in TA world, there's another thing that we all know. Those who are more seasoned, they will know this. When a trend line keep on tapping, 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 right? That means that the market is trying to test water and see how long can you hold that. Of course, the more you hold, right? The stronger you hold, of course, the repel is there. But the thing is this, I would like to share this with you. That is my concern right now. If you notice this, I now extrapolate the chart right now. You notice that yesterday was a one big bounce that the market hit the MA30 and bounced up, right? So by theory itself, right, it should be able to hold the fort. All right. But the problem is it pulls back down again and there was no good reason for that. So that means that the market itself is rejecting from the top down. So that means this trend line have been tested basically 10 times already. So traders, you need to be very careful on this because the reason, and just imagine all those olden time wars, whereby the soldiers will hold the walls. So as long as the walls hold, this battle is going to be really on the defense side. But if the market really, okay, if the walls eventually breaks, all right, wow, this can be quite bad, okay? This can be pretty bad. So I will just say this today, the MA30 is going to be very important, 34,440 level. This is the MA30, the market cannot break, okay? 34,440. So you can hear me saying this MA every day because this is a conventional chart and we can see that it has been very useful because every time when it hit this point, it rebounds. So yesterday, it also rebounded. So if you actually bought from the low yesterday, you have made money yesterday, right? So today, the market already touches the 34440 mark. So those who want to buy the Dow later, you can buy around the area, okay? Buy around the area. All right, clear on this? Yeah, that is what you can consider to do. But of course, if the Dow goes below it, we are in trouble already, okay? Yeah, Anna, the thing is this, it's not, I can allow you to prove from Zoom, but the problem is that because you see, the only reason is because we want to give this MAO, this MAO this MAO is supposed to be only for students only, all right? And we want to make it as a privilege, as a benefit. So if we go on Zoom, if I give the Zoom, right, then obviously some student will forward the Zoom into someone else. And of course, some students who are really our own people, they cannot show their face or they cannot show their names. So we won't know exactly who is who. So this will lose the benefit and the privilege. So that's why no choice we are doing this. Last time we do Zoom, right? But because of that, because we realized that some people forward the Zoom link to people and they hide everything, mask their name, mask their picture, you know, things like that. And it's not fair because that means non-students are coming in to, you know, obtain all the levels for free without even being part of TWB family. That's the reason why we had to go through Facebook. Facebook at least one level here to block you guys because you need to be the person to come in. And of course, we also make sure that only students are inside Facebook. Yeah, I mean on your site here itself. Yes. Okay. So Anna, I hope you understand this. I know it's very disturbing. Yeah. Yeah, people can rewatch it end of the day is that, but then again, at least they rewatch it. They must the person must forward the the Facebook link. And the person must be, must give the Facebook of the person to join in. So we try to make it like harder for people to just come in, take it for free. Okay, harder. But of course, I mean, there's always many ways to go around it. But my job is to protect the interests of our students, and we also want you guys to appreciate what we're doing. So that is how it works. Okay, so that is how it is for now. So sorry, no choice. We have to do what we have to do. Okay, okay. So I just see that the Hang Seng is coming off a little bit. Let me just double check. Okay, hold on. Okay, Hang Seng has came off from the high. Oh, okay. What is this level about? Okay. Okay, came off from the high, pulls back already. Let's see. Okay, it went up the high, pulls back down. It's now trading at the TSCB level. This TSCB has to stay. If it goes below OP, then we may see some selling. China, oh wow, China is down. China is down to the MA30 again. Okay, so guys, those who are into China A50 now will be a level to watch. 17. No, today is not here. Let me just bring it down a little bit to be exact. Today, China A50 is 17892. 17892 is the, okay, 17892 is the MA30, and it seems that it is losing it right now. So guys, those who want to buy China A50, only when it goes back above 17892, then can buy, okay? If not, it's all right. This is not nice. It may travel down to here, which is the MA200. That will be approximately 17612 level, okay? So guys, be very careful on this, okay? China A50, not too sure what's happening, but it broke MLP. It's not nice. And also, yeah, why my line is here? Okay, did I draw something here? Okay. Okay, something went wrong. Okay, so this is MLP for today. Okay, all right. Traders, take note of that. Okay. Okay, so sorry, I think I lost track. Okay, so we have the Dow Jones. I already tell you my interpretation of the MA30, so be very careful. Okay. All right. That means I always like this. I like this particular show. One Chinese movie. The name is called Feng Yun. That one acted by Aaron Kwok and Ekin Cheng. All right, there's this quote that I really love it very much during the whole entire movie is 成语风云败语风云, meaning that it was because it's saying that, right, how you succeed with whatever element you have, the same element can be the same thing that bring you down. All right. So that's why I believe that if this is the one that giving us all the profits over the last few months, then you have to be careful. This could be the same rational thing that bring us down. Okay, so be very careful for today. This is my personal take of the market. Of course, you can have your own decision on this. I am just not very comfortable with the current situation now in the market, and I believe that the distribution is already in the system. So let's see let's see how it goes. All right, yeah, correct. I mean, Jerry, we cannot give free ride. You guys pay good money, like $96 per month. Some of you pay two months, 3 months, And some of your guys have asking me, Cal, when would there be another one more credit? We are going to give out one more round of this credit discount soon, because we're going to inform you great stuff about our crazy app and even our crazy coin. So that's why the next 6 months, right, because of next 6 months, we're going to give a very extensive, very good power credit discount very soon, okay? We will come up with the numbers and we'll inform you likely over this weekend, all right? So watch out for this, because again, we are very confident that, things will be moving and we want you guys to benefit out of this, okay? So stand by for this weekend. I'll give more, we'll share more later today or over the weekend. Okay, all right, stand by for that. So you all don't need to subscribe first, wait for a while, wait for this new package coming up. Okay, All right, so this is Dow Jones weekly. Well, if the Dow Jones is going to stay down today, then this Dow Jones chart is also not very nice. But this is something that I want you to take note of this. It's something quite critical here. Although we have 2 down days, okay, 2 down bars, but today, this one more like if it's close, it's going to be any price below 34,500, right? This will have the body envelope the previous white candle body. So it's a little bit like engulfing, So traders, right, I will say this today, the Dow has to stay above 34,500 at least so that it won't have this engulfing pattern. Now to be precise, let me see. To be precise, it's supposed to be above, 34,570. Okay, so let me correct this. To be precise, it's actually 570. That means that the market must close above 34,570, then the engulfing pattern will not be there. But if the Dow Jones stay below 34,570 today, right, today's Friday, then of course the engulfing pattern is there in a way, and this may be not so nice, okay? And I did tell you guys, actually, in my perspective, next week is a very important week because I do have a intersection in the chart. This is the long-term chart versus a short-term trend line, okay? Let me just show it to you live. Can you see this? This is my long-term chart line. All right, my long-term chart line, and this is my short-term trend line, okay? So based on what I'm seeing right now, right? Okay, last time when we have something of similar is here. Wait, where did I draw previously? Something like this. Yeah, there we go. Okay, something like this. Okay, I'll draw it better later on. So when the short-term trend line got broken and it also broke the long-term trend line, that was where we have the pandemic. But of course, we don't expect to see pandemic soon. But based on technical ground, we might see a pullback of a certain magnitude in my perspective, okay? So you can see that. So that means that it's all next week. That means that the bigger movement will likely be coming next week, okay? The bigger movement, yeah, next week. All right, so traders, just be very careful, right? If the market can stay up, we will see all-time high. All right, but if the market fail, then we're going to see a pretty potential drastic movement because this is what is happening now. The RSI now is actually moving off from the 70 region. So which means that we may see the algo kicking in, all right? Algo is a very powerful thing in the market right now. I'm sure if I can draw this, some algo also have drawn this, and one lead together, 1 sell, 2 sell, 3 sell, all sell. So we're going to have that. Hey, I don't see any new comments coming up. Was no one posting it? Or am I having a no comment zone right now? Okay, guys. Okay, if you are able to hear me and you saw this chart and you like this sharing, all right, please key the word like, L-I-K-E. So let me know that am I talking to the wind or it's not moving. Oh, Hong Kong is down right now. It went below OP. Oh, this is not so good. But of course, did the market technically talk to us? Yes, you see this BNB. So I told you guys before, when you see a BNB on your chart, right, you just have to put the RL and SL and RL and SL onto the level, and you can see the market flipping it down. Wow, you see that? I tell you this, I love BNB. Whenever I see BNB, I know that we have a potential winning trade. I mean, whether it's buy or sell, it doesn't matter. But as long as you follow it, right, the probability of making money is very, very high. I think that I've been saying this like a broken recorder, and if those who have heard me, it'll be good. All right, for today's Dow Jones, let's take a look right now. For today's Dow Jones, the day chart is still KSI is green, but this is a very, very big doji with a BNB. So let's do the numbers here. Okay, so first of all, this is the high. Okay, let me just put it in, make it a bit clearer for all of you. Okay, so I don't try not to. Okay, put a different color so that we don't confuse ourselves. Okay, so the high is 34,747. 34,747. Okay, the low is 34,402. Okay, got it? Okay, so this is a BNB, right? So what's the range between them? Okay, so let's do the math. 747 minus 402, we have 345. Okay, let's do the math together. 345. Okay. So guys, can you do me a favor? Can you do me a favor? Can you calculate for me? All right. So you take this high is 34,747 because I realized that some people didn't attend my BNB sharing, so they don't know what is this all about. Whenever you see a BNB, you take the high and the low to become your range. And in my belief is that day chart, for day chart especially, if the market can cross above the RL, it will go up by one fold. If the market breaks below it, it will go down by one fold. Okay. So can you give me the numbers, everybody? Right, this number here is 34,402. So if the market goes down, how much will it be? Goes up, how much will it be? All right, because I'm having some messaging, a lot of messages coming in. Okay, what's market is moving? My handphone is blasting up. Okay, so guys, can you tell me what are the two numbers that, now the thing is this, the beauty of TWB system is that whatever I know, I tell you, and I keep on repeating and repeating to all of you. So because of that itself, right, you guys will know exactly what to do. You don't need me to be around. And FYI, today I won't be around. Today afternoon I won't be around. I love to attend Susan thingy, but I got something on in the afternoon. So today there'll be no afternoon MAO. Don't have. Okay. But you guys must support Susan, okay? I'll try to turn on when I'm able to, switch it on. Okay, so today, no afternoon MAO. Please take note of that. Okay, so what number do you get for me? Up number 35,092. Wow, okay. Isn't that near to the high? Wait a minute. The all-time high is, wow. The all-time high is 35,092. Oh my goodness. This high here, the all-time high, and the number that you gave to me is the same. Oh my goodness. This is also 35,092. That's why I was thinking this number very familiar. Oh my God. This is crazy. This is really crazy. Okay, the downside number, 34,057. You see that all the students are able to calculate on their own. Oh my God. So that means that today the Dow Jones, if anybody were to take my little sharing, I give you this free tip for today. Free tip. If the Dow Jones data goes down to 34,402, stabilize there and buy up, right? You can buy and put your target at 35,092. That means you're going to make as much as 600 points from this trade. Okay? That's from the buy side. Now, if anybody on the sell side, only if the price goes below 34,402 with any CCYR position in the chart, then you can sell to aim for 34,057. Okay? All right. Get it? Okay? Get it? Yeah. So this is what you should be looking out for if you're looking to trade the Dow Jones. Okay? So if anybody can either buy up all the way to 35,092 in one single trade, all the way you hold all the way, permit there's no more new BNB, or you sell and you can hold all the way to 34,057. I repeat this whole thing, okay? Later on, today, tomorrow, whatever it is, if you are able to buy near the low end of 34,402, anywhere near there, or even now, example, based on the rule, example, CCRY above OP, and you can hold all the way to 35,092 and take TP there. In between, there's no new BNB. If you can hit and sell only at 35,092, I will give you a very big price. Or the flip note, if you are selling the market and if the price goes down, you held on a position all the way to 34,057. All right, we will also give you a very big price. Okay, now the trade must be live. It has to be real. All right, and it must be one trade. That means you hold it all the way down or hold all the way up. You cannot like intermittent sell buy, cannot. Okay, all right. How many of you will take up this challenge? All right, how many of you will take up this BNB challenge? If you're gonna do this challenge, please key the word BNB challenge right now. So it means that you are going to take up this challenge, BNB space challenge. All right. If you're going to take up this challenge, please key these 2 words right now into the group chat. Okay. Let me see how many of you is willing to embark into this thing. Because you see, we want you now to make sure that you guys are really well trained by us. You know how to do your risk management, how to see the chart. But I realize that you guys are not making profit because you are not aiming high enough for your profit. You look at Arun, you look at Cynthia, you look at M Trader. These are the people who really aim very high because they know that the mathematics is this: the risk allow it to be small, but the profits allow it to run. So when the profit runs, the huge profit will be able to cover the losses, and that's where you get a net gain. That is a very simple mathematics. So as long as you do that itself, right, you will benefit out of it. Okay, so how many of you will do the challenge? Only one? Okay, only one. Eric is going to do for this BNB challenge. No one else already? Or is it delayed? All right, only one Eric going to do that. Okay, I'll come back to that because I want to keep on wasting your time. I want to move on. So that is the Dow Jones for the day chart for today. Okay, KSI is green. So as long as the Dow stay above OP, remember that above OP and above pivot 1 is a buy. Okay, so take note of that. It's very, very important. Okay, so we look at the NASDAQ right now. The NASDAQ, wow, clear stop at, when the all-time went to the so-called the high of the week. In fact, from the low end all the way, NASDAQ been going up non-stop, okay? So where are the technical levels now to take note? Let me just take away some of the lines not to confuse you guys. Okay, these are all, this line I take out first. Okay, so let's look at the thing. Now we are just about 100 points away from the all-time high level, all right? But there is a resistance line that I want to share with you. This is the PTP student will know what line is this. So I'm going to give you the figure roughly. Okay, that is around here at 13,008. Sorry, at 14,035. Okay, around there. Okay, that's the first resistance. Then for today, the MLP will be somewhere near here. But also interestingly, today the NASDAQ is also a BNB. Wow. Okay, the NASDAQ is also a BNB. So later I put up a color properly, give it to you guys. So it's a BNB situation. So again, it's going to be a big movement in the market. But in terms of MA30, you can see that beautifully when the market hit the MA30 recently, and the next day it rebounds. You can see that if you follow the MA rule, wow, you make about 400 points rally in 5 days. That's why I really say our MA30, the number that we use is very powerful, really very powerful. Okay, so look at the S&P 500. S&P 500 also now has created a new all-time high, so we had to redraw the lines. Now we have interesting movement again. MLP is around here at 42.32, but we have the all-time high. So we have the MLP. Sorry, I have the BNB. So let me just draw this properly. So high and BNB. Here we go. MA30. Okay, so I have all the numbers now properly done. MLP today for S&P is 4232. The high and low is used as BNB high low. That means that we can go even higher. There's a possibility that S&P may go to 4,300 level. But if the market goes below MLP and breaks below, we're going to have some selling. And if the selling comes in, it may have to stop at the MA30 first at 41.99. If we can hold there, well, you can see the last few times when the market stays above 41.99, stay above MA30, the market recover. So we will see how it goes. It's still a bit too early to call at the right time now. Hong Kong this morning had went up, but then now has reversed course back to below the MA30, so a big concerning factor. China A50 is now basically seem to be holding around the MA30 level, so that's why the market have cooled down a little bit from the selling. Okay, so that is that DAX. Now DAX yesterday came down. All right, it missed our buy level. Uncle Arun, did you do some buying yesterday? I believe you have done it. So yesterday MLP will be somewhere here for today. That will be 15,600. Wow. Okay, 15,600 will be the MLP for today. Okay, for DAX 15495 will be the level to watch out for the MA30. So I can put it down for you, Uncle Arun. Okay, 15600 MLP, and the MA30 is 15495. Okay, all right, let me just refresh my screen. Very nuisance. Oh, okay, so really only one Eric do the BNB challenge. How come only one? Why the rest don't do? It can be buy, can be sell, no, not necessarily must be sell or must be buy. You can do either one of them. No one. Oh, good job, man, Uncle Arun. Shook a few good runs. Yeah, indeed, yesterday, the way it came down and recover, definitely you do a CCRY on it to be definitely very beneficial. Yeah, I totally agree with it. Okay, all right, so we have that. All right, so I'm done. Oh, I have Nikkei, yeah? One more Nikkei. Now, Nikkei is kind of flat this morning, kind of flat, not really moving anywhere, but it's still above the MA30, so seemingly okay. Nikkei on our TWB system, well, it is now holding holding exactly the pivot 2 level, so it cannot lose below pivot 2. If we go below pivot 2, there'll be some selling, but KSI is green. That's why this morning for Nikkei, you can see this morning, it came down to the pivot 2, supposed to go down, but no color change. Then it did a CCRY, it propped it up, but the upside is kind of limited at the KTR +1 level. So now it's just holding around this area here at pivot 2. All right, this way it's holding now for Nikkei. Okay, all right, thank you for this one. Let's look at the commodities market. Now gold yesterday, oops, sorry, I didn't update this properly. This is year chart, so skip. Right, for gold now, it seems we're holding steadily after the US data and ECB, they hold interest rate, right? So of course that basically also push up gold a little bit. And this is what happened right now. So market is now looking for some support. Okay, now this is where I need to share this with you. Let's listen this carefully. So first of all, yesterday gold opens at between the two pivot, right? The KSI was red. So I did say before, when the market is moving upwards, and the KSI is red, once it loses the previous day low, right, it will come down. And indeed, the gold really came down, and some of y'all make good money because it also, when it go down, it broke below the P2, right? So the low of gold was 1869, all right, 1869. Now, remember, I have said this rapidly. I said that there is a KCB to watch out for at 1869. Do you remember that? And really go hit 1869 perfectly and rebounded. Do you remember that I said that? If you remember that I gave this quote 1869 yesterday during MAO, please key the word Cal spot on gold, right? Give me the strong title on this. Validate me on this. All right, because I say already, if gold come down, it will come down to 1869. Why? Because it is a KCB level. It's a fresh chocolate bar, but you cannot use it because it's red to red, right? So the thing is this, I did say that if gold come down, it will come down to 1869. And look at it, the market really come down to 1869 perfectly, no $1 lesser. And after that, immediately rebounded. And of course, if it goes above pivot 2, that means it's any CCRY, it will be a buy. And of course, because KSI is great, you must take profit at KTR +1. So all these things are things that you can write down way before the market start really trading. And as long as it hit those technical points, you can try. And truth be told itself, right? Let's take a look right now that, okay, truth be told, right? You can see that what happened. Okay, thank you for all the validation. Thank you, appreciate that, right? All right, no sound? Have or sound? Okay, thank you for remember it. It was, remember, we say this at 1869. We say that and really happened. So maybe my little thing with gold is still there. So guys, maybe 2218 will already come this year. Okay, so what happened? The market was sideways as usual. Then it went below OP, below pivot 2, right? So gold came down. So you should sell. Then after that, it went up again, right? But it couldn't go higher. Look at this. This is a BMB. This is a BMB. Now, you do not need any more trigger to sell this because, number one, it's already triggered below P2, below OP. So as long as the CCYR, you can short gold already. That's the first thing. Number two, it did trigger KTR -1 in this case. So it's a 2 trigger at this junction. So that's why gold really came down all the way to KTR -2 and even to the 1869 level. But what is amazing, of course, we saw it, right? This is a BMB for sure. So BMB with CCRY and the closing is above pivot 2. So obviously it's based on pivot rule, CCRY on pivot rule is a buy. And of course, if you buy it, gold went all the way and look at it. Oh my goodness. The last part of the day, the last trading bar. Oh my goodness. Look at it. The high is 1899 and our pivot is 1899. Oh shit. Imagine this, the pivot in the morning. That means FYI, all of you, FYI, take a look. All of you take note. You see this? That means in the morning when gold open at 1888, okay? When gold open at 1888, already two number is given to you, 1899 and 1884. And crazy enough, the high of the day is 1899. Oh my goodness. My God, think about this. This is insane. The market with the pivot have already predicted the high of the day again and again and again. So guys, ask you once again, how many times have you seen this? How many times have you seen pivot predicting the high, day high and day low of the day? How many times have you seen it? All right. So this is really crazy stuff, guys. This is really crazy. And you know, that's why I tell you this, when our crazy app is available, right? I can tell you, I cannot imagine how many people will be talking about, this is crazy, man. This is crazy. How the hell did this guy know at 6 a.m. in the morning, they have predicted the high for gold at 1899 already. It is totally insane. All right. Totally insane. All right, guys. Cool, right? Isn't this a very cool system? Well, guys. Okay, all right. Sorry to keep on blowing the bubbles, but I really think that you guys really must really pay attention to fascinating stuff like we have right in here right now. Okay, so let's look at the gold chart once again for today. All right. Now gold is trading higher now. Gold is trading higher now. So traders who have CCRY, the day chart is a buyer. So after this, I'll quickly do the buy call for 3G group. Okay, for those who are 3G group, you can trade on your own right now. You know the procedure. Okay. All right, so for today, gold itself, right, is also a BMB, and it's also now it touches the MA30 and rebounded. Beautiful, right? Beautiful, right? See, yesterday it hit the MA30 and rebounded. So for gold today, same thing. Now gold is even crazier. Let's take a look. All right, take a look at the chart, everybody. One time, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, 9 times the gold touches the MA30. 9 times, every time it touches, every time it goes up. So by right, we should see a follow through upside in gold later today. But again, I express this. We are in the 9th time now. So 9 times. Okay, gold touches the MA30 and rebound. So you just have to follow through. As long as gold stays above MA30, it is a buy. Only when the gold goes below MA30, then you have to reconsider. So 1884 is the MA30 for today for gold. So now gold is 1899, so we are quite far away. So there's no real concern for this right now. All right, 1884, sorry. Okay, that is for gold. Weekly chart wise, okay, not too bad. Looks good, so positive. Silver, well, silver yesterday also went up. Okay, so it's again stabilized above the MA30, and this size silver also have to creep up. All right, so silver also look good. Okay, for our chart today, FYI, CCRY day chart, BMB, so all is good. The only downer is that the KSI is red in color. So for gold today, if gold stays above OP, above pivot 1, we can go long on gold as usual. But because KSI is red, so do take profit when you hit KTR +1. to KTR plus 3, okay? All right, something to take note of. Now, if gold really do come back down for any profit-taking reason, then the downside may go to KTR minus 1 easily because the KSI is red in color, okay? So for gold today, it's a CCRY on a day chart. So traders, you can, if you don't mind buying it, you can go for it, but do not, because the KSI is great. So use half bullet, okay? After you calculate it, please use half bullet. All right? This is very important, huh? Okay. Okay, all right. So silver, also done it. Everything is done. Or crude oil, huh? Wait a minute. Crude oil. Okay, my crude oil chart. Okay, for crude oil day chart, you can see that it is also a BNB. So like there's many BNB. But today for crude oil, as long as it stays above pivot 2 is fine. But now we can see that it's kind of off the high right now. And if crude oil do break pivot 2, there could be some profit taking. But it's way above the KHRL. The KSI is green. So the downside is kind of limited. I repeat, the downside is kind of limited. But must watch because this is a BNB, right? So that means that if the market do come down, it may go out down 1.4, and that will hit about 66 region level, okay? So we do this when we can see a clear downside. All right, I'll put it in the group chat later. Okay, guys, I come to the end of the first part of MAO. We're going to go to part 2. Part 2 today is quite short, but I got something to share with you. So guys, if you want to stay on, please stay on. I'll come back in 15 seconds time. Okay, guys, I'm back. All right, so, okay, I'm going to say this. Okay, today is a Friday, 11th of June. All right, as there'll be only 2-3 slides for today's second part of the MAO. All right, I really want you guys to hear me out. All right, my objective here is to make you guys richer. That's only one objective, okay? So whether it's long, whether it's short, end of the day is that I give you both sides, okay? I'm not saying which is better, okay? Of course, at a time whereby the conviction is there, I will explain. All right, now do understand this. The problem with today's market now is that it's totally manipulated, all right? Really, if you ask anybody now, whatever's happening right now, example, high inflation, low employment, and jobless claims are at the high level at 300,000, 400,000. If you put this into economic papers and you tell me that the economy will be strong, I tell you the teacher will mark you with a big F. There's no way, because in the textbook, it will not be real. It's not possible. It doesn't make sense, okay? But in the real world, where we are now living in, we all know that if you look back in all major crises from 1929 to 1932 to 1937 to 1963 and so forth, right? All these crises, there's one common point that it will show, is that this part of the books that they say that the books that say that, right, this shouldn't be happening, it will happen. That means that all those high inflationary time, the market will have this point whereby they don't care, don't bother, valuation at a high level, stock market keep rising, people making money, absorb money from the smaller cap especially. All this is always repeating. And again, the analysts will say that, no, it doesn't make sense. But after 1 year, 2 years later, when the market really comes off, then they'll tell you that, see, I told you. See, I told you. Do you agree with what I just shared here itself? Do you agree with that? If you agree, please key the word agree right now, okay? So what I'm trying to explain to you here is very factual. All right, it's very, very factual here, is that, that 1 year from today, if the market do come down by example 25% example, then we will think that, yeah, we were there once. And we know that it happened before. But again, did we capture it? No. Then after that, at that junction at 25% down, you will tell me, Cal, let's short the market for make money. Then you will hear me repeating it in another different way, telling you that now it's a good time to buy, hold, and keep. And the time itself, the market will keep on going down lower every other day because, again, the market will go into panic mode. Everybody sell, hedge fund explosion, more hedge fund dying off, margin calls, The market will go down to 30%, down 35%, and so forth. And we'll go through the same thing whereby you will likely hate me for calling for buy and stuff like that. And then what happened again? You will sell short at 35% down and even 40% down. And then what happened? That will be the absolute low of the market. And then the next 4 or 5 years, the market recover back again to all-time high. Got my idea? See, I'm doing all this because I'm preparing you that what I foresee in the next 1.5 years to 2 years time. Now, I can't be doing this forever. I tell you guys, seriously, I can't be doing MAO every day like this. I can't be doing MAO forever for the rest of my life, all right? All right, first of all, I'm not getting really paid by this doing this, okay? And even I'm being paid itself, right, it's very tiring, it's very heavy on my body. Think about this. Yesterday, I left office at almost 12 a.m. and I'm back here at almost at 9 a.m. today. So it's very tiring for me. So all I can say is this, guys. I'm doing all this because I have a vision. I know that what I want to see in the next 6 months with our crazy app and our crazy coin. And I can guarantee you this, for the next 6 months, I will do all I can to make you rich. Because only when you are richer, then I will be rich. All right, and my rich is very simple. I just want to go back to where I came from. Okay? Now, I was a millionaire trader, and unfortunately, events after events brought me down all the way to zero mark, then all the way down to the negative mark for many, many years. I'm basically, it's right. You know, always my joke with my wife is this. All right, you have just married a millionaire. Okay, and this, she always say, yeah, correct. 负资产, meaning right, negative wealth, negative asset. I would say that, put this way, yeah, I have negative wealth right now. All right, but not asset. I think my assets are here. You are my assets. So you guys, the 500 of you are my assets. So as long as I take care of you guys, my team members take care of you guys, the whole community take care of everybody, right? I think we will become the next big thing. Deep down inside me, it's all right. I don't think I'll be a billionaire, but to be a multi-millionaire with tens of millions of dollars, I still think it's very possible in my lifetime. Don't you agree? With whatever we have, the TWB system. So all I can say is this, guys, I'm waiting for my time. I'm waiting for the right time to progress. And I just want to tell you this, don't worry that Cal is going to forsake you at least the next 6 months, okay? I would. But definitely with technology, when crazy coin and crazy app is going to be ready, that is where I will really move to the back already, because that is whereby we don't need this. We let technology take care for us. As long as you guys know what to do, that is the most important thing. All right? Don't you agree with me? For those who have agreed with me or you have own thing to share with me, all right, please key your comments right now. I just saw Uncle Arun. Your best days are ahead of you. You'll always be above and never below. Always the head and never the tail. Okay, wow. Okay, you can do it. Yay! Thank you, Arun. Thank you, thank you. All right, so that is why we are doing all this, okay? So first of all, you must understand this. Why? Now, this is the chart for the last 70 years. Now, we have never had household at a higher exposure level to the stock market in terms of percentage of total assets. That means we are talking about really humongous amount of people now involved in the stock market, all right? Huge amount of people involving in the stock market. Now, why is that so? Because the US governments are running out of money. I mean, they keep on printing and printing. So what's happening? They basically drive the dollar down to lower down the purchasing power, just like what happened in Japan. In Japan itself, they basically cut the interest rate down to negative so that people won't put the yen at home. They take it to play the stock market because you yield them more money. So what the US Federal Reserve central bank, they're doing the same thing. They are pushing people out. That's why Reddit is allowed to roam. It is allowed to go. You see, this is outright SEC things that to be done. But the thing is that you can see SEC just do something, but don't really go all the way in. So all I can tell you is this, by the way, SEC stands for Security Exchange Commission, all right? It's like our SGX in Singapore. Okay, so what you're seeing right now is this, that whenever the people goes crazy, then what happened? You will have inflation very nearby. Inflation is, the recession is very nearby. The gray area are the recession. The gray area are the recession. So when it goes crazy again, recession is nearby, right? Can you see that? Okay. But the problem is we are already at recession level, but we are at crazy level at the same time. Oh my God. So if you were to do a bit of trend line drawing, if you're into trend line, if you had to do a trend line here, I will do a trend line from this point to this point and extend and extrapolate. What do I see? Something like this, huh? So are you telling me that we need to go higher just to meet the trend line? I think we're somewhere near there already. Okay, so all I can tell you is this. Okay, guys, like it or don't, it's all right. There will be a point whereby you must understand, in all trend line, once it breaks the major trend line, the selling will be really bad. So all these are the major trend lines that are broken and the market sold off. So this time round, you notice this, I can't even fit a trend line in because why? It's extrapolated. It just go up in almost near to a 90 degrees angle. So we are talking about really at 25, 15, 20 degrees angle. So all I can say, we are actually at a very crazy period already. It's just a matter of time. Things will just go all the way wrong. And then after that, right, we live to regret. So I really hope that this 6 months, you guys will stick to the market. Now, whether it's long or short, it doesn't matter. Stick with it and go with it because you have never seen this for the last 70 years. Again, 70 years is a long time because that is when I was just born in 1979. So those who are in the market for this period of time, okay, then you will know that, right, this could be a great opportunity to profit from the market. And this is the one that I also want to concern. Now, if you actually read into Peter Lynch, all right, One Up in Wall Street, okay, he also said this before. I try to dig it up later on. Now, usually transport is always one of the first sector to move, transport, okay, the one in green. So if transport goes up, usually the Dow Jones go up. You can see that the transport chart and the Dow Jones chart, the Dow Jones is the red one, S&P, sorry, S&P is the red one, and the transport index is a green one. You notice that always when the transport is up, right, the S&P 500 will always be up. It's almost imprinting each other. But now we have a problem. You notice this? The S&P 500 now is diverting away from the transport chart. This is not good because when you have such a divergence, that means that someone is manipulating the S&P 500 and it's just a matter of time. If the market breaks down, okay, if the market breaks down, we are going to have hell issue here. So please, guys, I'm not saying the market will crash. Please do not quote that. But I'm just saying that if the market eventually breaks down a trend, then we may see some selling, okay? So that's why I'm not comfortable to go heavy buy. I do buy along the way up, but just that, right, not that much, okay? This is something that you must take note. And more important thing is this, guys. Oh, sorry, I haven't done the PowerPoint yet. Sorry, yeah. This is the entire movement right now. You can see I have my KCB level, or my KFC level. Sorry, my Cal Flip chart level. All right. So the level that we are seeing here itself, the date is happened to be June 19. All right. I'm not saying that June 19 the market will crash. It may actually go even higher to 36,000. Okay. Please don't say that it will crash. I didn't say that. But I know that the last time we see on gold, it really showed us that gold went up all the way. So this time round, right, the next number, the next turning point, next flip point is actually on 19th of this June, okay? So this is where I'm watching the market closely. So to wrap it up itself, right, this is the cartoon that I want to share with you, is this. Okay, the fat lady, in my opinion, has come back on the stage. I know that last time I said this, it didn't manifest, and I told you the fat lady have left, okay, because the Federal Reserve came in and bumped her up, have bumped her out. Okay. All right. Now today I'm telling you this based on what I'm seeing right now, that this fat lady, in my opinion, is back on stage. Okay. I repeat. All right. I don't mind. It's recorded. It's okay. You can laugh at me. I don't care. But when I see my tick list, my checklist, oh my God, this is the first time my checklist is all filled up. Okay. So I'm informing you guys, the fat lady is singing. I know she haven't started singing yet, but she's back on stage now. Be very careful, okay? Be absolutely careful. Thank you, Fred. Thank you for your validation. Thank you, Eric. Thank you. We will do it together. Thank you, okay, Hoseng. Appreciate that. Okay. All right. So be very, very careful, okay? I'm not kidding you guys. Be very careful, okay? So that will be all for today, MAO. All right. So I hope you guys will do your homework and make the best out of it and make a lot of money. Okay. This is Kel signing off. Today, no afternoon MAO, but there's Susan go live. Susan and Fran go live. Please support her. Remember, you must be a subscriber to have it. And if you are a subscriber, but you are not in the group, right? Contact Susan right now to let you go in. But you must show her evident proof that you are a subscriber, okay? Let's be fair, okay? There's no free meals, but we want to give you more, but don't take advantage of us, okay? Okay, guys. Thank you once again. This is Kel signing off. 再见. Bye-bye.